In this last video, we are going to study about the ascent of sap and its events. Okay, first let's study what is ascent of sap. The upward movement of water and minerals from root to different plant parts is called as ascent of sap. So, the upward movement of water from root to different plant parts is called the ascent of sap. There are a number of factors which play an important role in the ascent of sap, and it takes place in the following steps. So, here in this we are going to study how the water from the root hairs is transported to the leaves. Its pathway we are going to study. So, the one factor which controls the ascent of sap is root pressure. As we have already studied what is root pressure. So, the water from the soil enters the root hairs due to osmosis. So, a pressure is created in the root. That pressure is called as root pressure. Now, this, as we already studied, this root pressure is less. Okay, the root pressure is very less, and this root pressure is responsible for movement of water up to the base of the stem. So, only to a very short height the water movement can take place. So, or we can say from the root to the base of base of the stem. Next, we are going to study about the capillary. Next factor which helps in the ascent of sap is capillary action. So, water or any liquid rises in a capillary tube because of the physical forces. This phenomena is called as capillary action. So, we have seen in a day-to-day life, when you put a straw inside a juice bottle, you can see the juice rises in the straw to some height because of the capillary action. Similarly, so water or any liquid rises in the capillary tube because of physical forces. Capillary tube means which is having a very small diameter. So this phenomena is called as capillary action. In the same way, in stem, water rises up to a certain height because of the capillary action. Next factor which helps in the ascent of sap is adhesion, cohesion of water molecules. Water molecules form a continuous column in the xylem because of the forces of cohesion and adhesion among the molecules. So first let's study what is cohesion. The force of attraction between the molecules of water is called as cohesion. So here all the water molecules, between them a force is existing. That force is called as cohesion. Next, what is adhesion? The force of attraction between the molecules of different substance is called as adhesion. Adhesion, you can see when the water molecule is attached to any other surface. Okay, so that is, you can say, in the xylem the water molecules stick to the xylem because of the force of adhesion. Okay, so cohesion, is it clear? The force of attraction between the water, all the water molecules are joined together. This force of attraction is called as cohesion. And adhesion is what? When that molecules of different substance, they are joined together, they are attached together, that is called as adhesion. Okay, so here the next factor which helps in the upward movement of the water is cohesion and adhesion. The last factor which also supports the transportation is, or which plays a major role in the upward movement of water, is transpiration pool. So we have already studied transpiration. So as we studied, the water is lost from the mesophyll cells. So what will happen? It pulls the water from the nearby surrounding cells, that is the xylem. So continuous transpiration is taking place from the mesophyll cell. To satisfy itself, it will keep on pulling the water from the neighboring cells. So that a pull is created. This pull is called the transpiration pull. So transpiration through stomata creates vacuum, which creates a suction, that is called as the transpiration pool. So the transpiration pool sucks the water column from the xylem tube, and thus water is able to rise to great height even in the tallest plants. So here all these factors together. So what are the factors? Root pressure, capillary action, cohesion and adhesion force, and transpiration pool. Together they play an important role in the ascent of sap. Okay, next we are going to study here what is guttation. So here you have seen in the early morning when you walk over the grasses they are wet. Okay, so this we can see only during the early morning because that time the temperature is less, humidity is more. So here Dews are water droplets on the leaves of the grasses seen in the early morning. When the climate is humid and excess of water is present in the plant, that excess water is exudated. Exudated means comes out in the form of liquid. This is due to the root pressure. This phenomena is called as guttation. Okay, so loss of water from the leaves, okay, leaf margins is through called the guttation. Okay, this takes place through the specialized cells. They are called as the hydrothodes. So as we have studied, transpiration takes place through the stomata. Here in the early morning, you can see the excess of water is present over the grasses. That is called the guttation, and this guttation takes place through specialized cells. That specialized cells, they are called as the hydrothodes. Okay, with this, children, we have completed the transportation part in the plants. So I hope you have understood this all the topics taught. So the remaining part of the lesson will be conducted by your biozoology teacher. Thank you, children.